Hi everyone, we're back. Hey, we're back to talk about day 3 and also our review of day 2. Before we do that though, I thought it would be worth talking about the pricing on this. I didn't mention it before and I think it's something worth talking about, don't you?
I think so.
Yeah, it's not cheap. We got it on sale and we did have a promo code and we spent about $190 on it, and we did get free bars that weren't part of the package, but something we can use. Free fast bars.
Was that for one of our 5-day kits? Or
for one
two?
of the 5-day kits, we got 30. So we doubled that up and we now have 60 fast bars.
And 2 5-day kits that we're doing right now.
Correct. That's
so
correct.
So it's 190 plus 190. So
yeah.
Upwards
Now
of 400.
normally 30 of those fast bars is about $90, and so that means that, you know, if you take that out, if you were to buy those about $3 each, then you pay, you know, about $100 for the program for us. The calculus for me was, you know, it's 5 days of food. Granted, that's not very much food, and you probably would not spend $100, but maybe you would.
And these bars are really good. So the ProLon L bar is proprietary nut-based bar. So it's plant-based.
Yes. Okay,
So
so we
if you're
showed it to them.
if you're vegan, then
Yeah.
it has 260 calories
We talked about it.
in it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if someone's just now tuning in,
Oh, okay, yes.
the bars are good.
Like
And-
someone's gonna watch.
And for the
this, I mean.
price, I mean, it comes out to like just under $3 for a
about
bar,
that. I think about
which I think
$3
is what
for a
you're
bar.
going to pay for a typical sports
Like a high
energy
end.
nutrition bar, not a Snickers bar, but like an actual
Right.
fancy
But
bar.
this one's not high protein. Anyway, back to the point. I mean, the reason I thought it was worth it more than just the $100 is that as far as medical costs go, they get a lot higher than that. And I had our house flooded a few years ago during Harvey, and after that I had a ton of health issues, and it was whack-a-mole. I went to a bunch of doctors, nobody knew what was going on, tried some alternative therapies, and we're fortunate in that we've got insurance, but it's still a $40 copay each time you go, and that really adds up. And based on some of the promises that this program makes, I shouldn't say promises, but what it purports to be able to do for someone, I thought it was worth it. I thought it was worth, you know, it's a lot cheaper than keep going to different doctors and hopefully try to work through some really tough health issues. And again, I don't think it's a miracle cure. I don't expect it to take my tinnitus away completely or anything, but I think it's because of those things, we figured it was worth a shot. And I will also say, they said, you know, you could just fast for 5 days with no food, but then your lean muscle mass starts getting eaten up. And also, I tried it once. Remember when I made the Body Boss video?
Right.
That's actually posted. It's for kids. We had a long time ago. Brian was the boom operator.
A link to it is in the notes below.
Shameless plug.
So go check it out. Body Boss.
It's more, yes. But right after that, I thought, oh, you know, I had read a book about fasting. I really wanted to try it. They said 5 days is really good. So I got into it, and by the second day at night, I was kind of getting wiggy. I was out of my mind. I went downstairs in the dead of night and toasted up some bread and slathered on the butter, and I scarfed it down because I just could not eat. There's something mentally challenging about that.
Yeah, and so what's cool about this is a fast mimicking program. And so instead of reaching that point where you're just famished and then you eat something maybe that you didn't want to eat, this allows you to eat a lot of great things along the way.
I mean, I wanted to eat.
And it purports to be fast mimicking. Now I'll say I'm going into day 3 here, and my stomach's not really growling.
Mine is.
I feel somewhat satiated. I've fasted before, and I've fasted for up to an entire 24 hours and even a little bit more before. And so I know what it's like to be hungry in that regard, and this hasn't quite got me there yet.
Yeah.
But it's not. I mean, that's not the point. It's that it mimics some of the effects of fasting.
Yeah. Well, and day 3 gets a little tougher, I do think. I also didn't mention about the workout. They recommend that you not do any heavy-duty workouts. Monday morning when we first started, I did a jump rope workout that it's probably not heavy duty to some people, but to me it's pretty good tough workout, and I did it because I figured, well, I'd eaten normally and up to that day. But since then I haven't, and I did notice my energy dipped yesterday. I mean, I've walked the dog, I've rode my daughters, our bikes to school. So, I mean, I'm still moving, but I don't think I could knock out a really tough workout, nor should you. They don't recommend that you do. Yeah?
All right.
Anything else? And they also send you text messages to kind of keep you on track and tell you what's happening each day. And yesterday they said we were entering ketosis, and today they said we should be in full-blown ketosis, and who knows? Everybody's different. All right. Well, what did you think about day 2?
I thought it was great. So day 2 we were introduced to to this drink, which we mixed it up here, and it's clear. It had a slight orange flavor to it.
I liked it.
Today's drink, I think, has a different flavor. Mm-hmm. I think today the drink is tropical berry. Mm-hmm. And that bottle is it's kind of like a 5-hour energy, but a little bit smaller. Mm-hmm. And the amount that you consume is based in proportion to your weight, and you dilute it into this bottle with water. Mm-hmm. And so we're looking forward to continuing that. It's a very subtle flavor. I
liked it. I thought the orange flavor was really nice. I know you put the hibiscus in yours yesterday. I wonder what you thought. I know you didn't love hibiscus. I liked it. I thought hibiscus kind of had that tea had a berry flavor to it. I really liked it.
Yeah, they do say, so you have 4 tea packets and herbal
Which is
tea
too
packets.
much for me. It's a bit too much tea.
And they do say that with your L drink, you can cold steep the hibiscus teas in here, and so that's what I did yesterday, and it turned it, it was red and a very subtle fruity flavor. That was good. You could do the same thing with with one of the spearmint teas.
Yeah, so like Brian said, the 4 tea, I'm not a big tea drinker. In fact, I'm not a tea drinker. So getting through, I think you really have to do everything that they put in the box, and getting through 4 cups of tea was a little too much for me, I think. And I watched the Great British Bake Off yesterday, and I thought that might make me hungry. And they made brownies even, which I love brownies. But I wasn't hungry, probably because none of them knew how to make brownies. It's kind of funny, I guess that's an American thing. So, yeah.
And we sat at the dinner table last night with our son, who actually was eating a brownie. As part of his Hungry Man microwave meal.
So here we're eating great, and our kids are eating like trash just because it's too much to have to prepare a huge.
You have to make sacrifices, and so this year this week we put our kids on the TV dinner diet,
and mac and cheese and broccoli,
and we're doing the ProLon diet.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's true. We all sat and ate our meals together, and that was nice. I thought that was good, and yeah, I wasn't hungry. The only time I craved something was cutting up an apple. I think that's what happens when I was cutting up an apple for our son this morning, and I just thought, oh man, this looks good. And I think when you don't eat, your body really starts craving the things that are what it needs, what's really good for it.
You kind of high grade your appetites.
Yeah, you get to be a food snob. It's good. No more ding dongs.
I'm looking forward to having an apple on Saturday.
Maybe ding dong.
Now that sounds really extreme to really be craving for an apple and to be planning for it a week, or like a half week in advance, right? I mean, most people I think would hear that and say, wow, you can't have an apple for like 3 more days. That's kind of crazy. But again, I'd reemphasize that the meal has been satisfying.
Yeah.
And again, for me, the simplicity is really important, because oftentimes, I think the day ahead, boy, I'd like to plan out my lunch for the next day. But then I need to get into work to a meeting, and I go off with nothing, and then I just buy what's available at work, and before I know it, I've eaten something that wasn't in my plan, and doesn't really contribute to my health as much as I like.
It's definitely well planned and easy to follow. I was looking at the tea bag, the little product marketing branding on the edge of as I was drinking one of my tea bags, and I know I was going, gaga for their marketing and their branding and ProLon. And when I was looking at it yesterday, I told Brian, I felt like I was part of a science experiment, because it kind of looks like the lettering from Tron. This dates me.
All right, let's
from the 80s. But so I kind of like, wow, we're kind of just test subjects in a really crazy science experiment.
That's the lettering she's talking
about.
Yeah,
it looks like
there.
Tron
so,
to me.
It looks
Don't you think it looks like Tron?
I don't know. I think it looks technical. I think it
Yes.
looks like well thought out, engineered. This is based on research on the most current
Okay.
health research.
Wow.
Hopefully. Now that said, it is a
Instead
tea
of a
bag, and I don't know that this tea bag is
lab rat.
different than Celestial Seasonings or something like that. But again,
Yeah,
it all
Celestial
comes in a box.
Seasonings has like goddesses and flowers and
They're going for less of a
leaves.
futuristic vibe and more of a
Makes you
kind of Nirvana,
Yeah.
Eastern meditation vibe.
yeah, maybe that's more my vibe. Anyway, it's still working. It's good. All right, so let's take a look at today what we have to eat. It's less today. It's less. All right, so Brian
Right.
already showed you the L drink, which you are
Tropical
supposed
berry.
to sip throughout the day. We're not gonna go into
Today
all of
we
this.
have a tomato soup.
Oh, I forgot to mention yesterday's mushroom soup. Didn't like it. I like mushroom, but it did not mix well. You found the same thing.
Yeah, what I find is you
it's-
put it in a packet, and then you pour your hot water over it, and you do have to stir it a little bit, and because it kind of clumps together. But I found you don't have to stir it completely because in the clumps you just want to get rid of the ones that have like untouched powder on the inside, right? So I was able to mix mine up so it didn't have the powder
so
clumps.
wasn't impressed with that. Either.
But that gives a little bit of variety to it too.
Texture,
A little
'cause
bit of
you're not
texture.
getting a lot of
So it does have good texture.
Okay, all
This isn't just like a bouillon or something that's flavored. It has texture to it. And
Debatable.
so the tomato I think is good, and the textured pieces are almost like
I
chunks
do
of
like
tomato.
the tomato. Okay.
Okay. The other soup today is the minestrone.
Little crunchy for me.
Now it's
Quinoa and it has quinoa.
it says
in it.
minestrone
Oh, one of them
soup
has quinoa.
mix. It doesn't. This one doesn't have quinoa,
All right.
but it has a variety of vegetables.
Okay.
And everything again is kind of powdered except the peas, right? They're like peas.
Oh
in
yeah,
it.
the peas are
So to me, it doesn't really
Nice
strike me as
peas.
minestrone. It seems more like a split pea soup or like a pea soup. But
Not my favorite.
but still, I think it's good.
It's
good. I
fine.
enjoy
It's
it.
good. And I don't love it. Okay, so we also have the kale crackers, and we haven't shown you these yet. So we're gonna open this up and let you take a look because these, and I think, are the best. They're my faves, along with that L drink. The orange one's good. So slide it out and take it out. There it is.
Now I ate these with the tomato soup today, and it was delicious. It was
Yeah,
so
it's
good.
good.
I'd have a second helping of it if I could, but I can't because I can only eat what's in my box.
That's correct.
So I'll be having the minestrone for dinner.
Excellent. And we showed you the L bar, and then that's it. Then you just have your supplements, which we showed you yesterday.
Your four teas.
You gotta knock down the 4 T's.
And did you show the bar?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So, and that's it. That's all you got. That's day 3. And then tomorrow there's a little bit more food. And, I feel that things are changing within a little bit. If I'm being introspective and paying attention, I think some things might be happening. That's good.
All right.
That's it. All right. Well,
Well,
hope you're doing it with us or thinking about it. And we'll get back to you tomorrow.
all right. Very good.
Bye.
Bye.